No longer will big game hunters be able to fly their bounty of rhino hide or lion back to America, as some of the top airlines in the world ban transport of the wildlife. It follows the furore surrounding the slaying of Cecil the lion. US correspondent Patrice Howard joins me now. Patrice, great to have you on. All right, so we've got, three big American airlines have said they're no longer going to touch this stuff as the furore sort of expands through the United States.
Absolutely. The friendly skies just got a little bit more friendly for endangered animals. In addition to flammable liquids, weapons, you can now add these endangered animal carcasses to the list of things people can no longer check through airport security. We have Delta, United, American Airlines all uniting with animal lovers, saying that they really are not allowed to bring their trophies back home on their airlines. Of course, we know that the most common way to send these carcasses home is by ship. They're encouraging them to do it that way if they want to see them on the mantle immediately. Of course, the big animals they're going to be looking for are elephants, lions, leopards, buffalo, all of the big ones. So dog lovers need not worry. You can still bring your pet on a flight, but these game hunters can. Yeah,
and I mean, dogs would normally be on flights alive anyway, wouldn't they, rather than stuffed, mounted. Talk to me about the dentist, Walter Palmer. He, of course, is Cecil's assassin. How much he's come out and he's spoken. He is still saying he did nothing wrong, but he's going to find it very hard to be a normal American again, isn't he?
Absolutely. Of course, Zimbabwe is incredibly sad to have lost their lion, but animal lovers, it seems, around the world are quite angry with this doctor. He's received death threats. He did have to close his practice here in America, and he really has been under wraps, though he is talking to authorities now. And really, the thing that they're trying to figure out is how he was able to go to this country and think that he was hunting this lion legally. He said that he was trusting his guides, that he was following their lead. So right now, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is working with authorities there in Zimbabwe, and the question is now will they extradite him to actually face charges there?
All right, Patrice, there were a lot of pundits saying Trump would not make it, Donald Trump, of course, to the first Republican debate, which is now just, a day and a bit away. Rather than making it there, he is making it there on top. Jeb Bush, who they thought would have the healthy lead, is well behind Trump in the polls. What are people saying now? Are they saying Trump is good for politics?
Well, they're saying Trump is good for TV. Of course, Trump is somebody who doesn't have an extensive background in politics, especially here in the U.S. However, TV is his thing. So many are wondering how the others are going to perform with him really at center stage. He is, of course, set to be right in the middle with Jeb Bush and Scott Walker on either side. And they think that he is really going to see that little red light go on and see that as an opportunity to really do what he does best, which is push his point across to a major audience here. Of course, we've seen Rick Perry, on the other hand, who likely won't be included. He will have a chance to speak, but he doesn't do as well at these kind of debates. So really, it's a chance for those who can get their point across clearly and concisely, because there are 10 people on stage on Thursday, and so really not much time to get their point across.
You know, and one of the things is there is a school of thought that says even crazy people like Donald Trump are good for politics because people gravitate around them and people become more interested in the debate. Whether that's true or not, I'm not so sure. All right, finally, 3D printed tablets are taking off. The FDA has approved the first prescription drug made through 3D printing. Patrice, how do you actually make a drug with a 3D printer?
Well, it's a process of layering. So you see these 3D printers coming out with lots of arts and crafts, lots of jewelry, and they do it in sort of a circular layering process. And it seems that what this company is going to do is do that with these tablets. Of course, we've seen them make all kinds of prosthetics to help people in the past. This is their first attempt at making an actual medication, which, of course, could be a little bit dangerous if you think about the implications of that, no longer going to the drugstore to pick up your prescriptions, instead printing them. But the FDA seems to think that this is okay. This is for people suffering with seizures, who have epilepsy, and really it seems like a simple solution to really, a growing problem. People trying to get their prescriptions on time and quickly. This company thinks that this will hit the market in 2016 and will be really a popular way going forward to make these kind of drugs.
Okay, Patrice, thank you very much for that. Patrice Howard, our US correspondent, joining us from New York.